that I can't do anything about what happened yesterday or what's going to happen tomorrow.
Willie Nelson, the red-headed stranger, an outlaw country legend who changed music forever with his unique guitar style and rebellious spirit.
And I knew someday that you would fly away.
For over 7 decades, Willie carved his own path through Nashville and beyond. But Willie wasn't just about peace, love, and smoking on tour buses. Sources claim he had strong opinions about other guitarists, and when Willie didn't like someone, everybody knew it.
I said, "How are you doing?" He said, "Well, I don't know. I think this medicine might be having a bad effect on me." A few more, there goes that happy ending.
His laid-back persona hid some serious professional grudges. From flashy rock stars to technical virtuosos, Willie allegedly clashed with players who represented everything he stood against. His simple, jazzy picking style was the opposite of showboating, and he reportedly resented those who played for ego instead of serving the song. Today we're counting down the 10 guitarists Willie Nelson allegedly couldn't stand. These are bitter rivalries, backstage tensions, and philosophical battles that divided the guitar world. Let's get into it. 10. Ted Nugent. Coming in at number 10, we have Ted Nugent, the Motor City Madman. Willie Nelson and Ted allegedly despised each other for both political and musical reasons, creating one of country rock's strangest feuds. Sources claim Willie thought Ted's aggressive, loud guitar playing was obnoxious and lacked any real feeling or soul.
Song recorded it. He wanted me to stay in Nashville and just write songs for him.
He allegedly said Ted's heavy metal approach destroyed the beauty of stringed instruments and turned music into angry noise. Rumor has it that their political differences made things even worse. Witnesses claimed Willie, known for liberal views and marijuana advocacy, couldn't stand Ted's conservative gun obsession. The tension allegedly exploded at a festival where both were performing. Industry insiders said Willie refused to tune his guitar in the same room as Ted. Sources claimed Willie told crew members that Ted's energy was toxic and that being near him made genuine musicianship impossible. The divide was total: Willie's mellow, jazzy country versus Ted's screaming rock aggression. Allegedly, Willie told friends that Ted represented everything wrong with guitar culture in America. 9. Yngwie Malmsteen. At number 9, we've got Yngwie Malmsteen, the Swedish neoclassical shredder. Willie Nelson allegedly thought Yngwie's lightning-fast technique was just empty showboating without any emotional connection to music. Sources claim Willie called Yngwie's playing gymnastics, not guitar work.
Oil, and depending on going around the world, starting wars, doing all this crap for oil.
He allegedly said that playing 1,000,000 notes per second meant nothing if none of them made listeners feel anything genuine or touch their hearts. Rumor has it that Willie walked past Yngwie warming up backstage at a European festival. Witnesses claimed Willie shook his head and muttered something about kids these days before refusing to acknowledge Yngwie's presence at all. Willie allegedly believed Yngwie represented modern guitar culture's obsession with speed and technicality. Sources said Willie told interviewers that real playing came from the heart, not from how many scales you memorized in music school. Industry insiders reported that Willie declined several all-star guitar compilation albums because Yngwie was involved. The contempt was allegedly one-sided, as Yngwie probably didn't even know Willie existed in his classical metal world. 8. Slash. Number 8 brings us Slash from Guns N' Roses, and allegedly, Willie Nelson thought he was all image and no substance. This feud was reportedly about authenticity versus rock and roll theatrics. Willie supposedly called Slash that guy who hides behind a top hat.
The next album, There Are No More Stardust.
Sources claim Willie believed Slash's entire persona was manufactured by record labels to sell leather jackets and posters to rebellious teenagers seeking identity. Rumor has it that Willie and Slash crossed paths at a recording studio in Los Angeles. Insiders alleged Willie refused Slash's handshake and told him that real outlaws didn't need costumes or gimmicks to prove their rebellion credentials. Sources said Willie particularly hated how Slash became the face of guitar heroism in the 1980s. He allegedly told friends that Slash's bluesy rock solos were derivative copies of better players from decades earlier without original ideas. 7. Eddie Van Halen. At lucky number 7, we have Eddie Van Halen, the finger-tapping revolutionary. Willie Nelson allegedly respected Eddie's innovation, but hated how it influenced an entire generation to prioritize flashover feeling in guitar playing.
No, I enjoy it. It's a lot of fun, especially, if you're doing something that it's got a guitar or a horse in it. Then
Sources claim Willie said Eddie's two-handed tapping was a neat party trick, but not real musicianship. He allegedly believed Eddie opened Pandora's box, making every young guitarist think technique mattered more than songwriting or emotional expression. Rumor has it that Willie attended a Van Halen concert in the early 1980s and left after 3 songs. Witnesses claimed Willie told his tour manager that all the jumping around and guitar acrobatics gave him a headache and hurt his soul. Willie allegedly blamed Eddie for creating a generation of imitators obsessed with sounding impressive rather than sounding good. Sources said Willie believed music died when gymnastics replaced honest communication between player and listener. 6. Kirk Hammett. At number 6, we've got Kirk Hammett from Metallica. And Willie Nelson allegedly thought his thrash metal approach was chaotic garbage. This wasn't just a generational divide. Sources claim Willie actively disliked Kirk's entire musical philosophy.
kind of getting another look at it, and one of the main looks they're getting is there's money in there.
Willie reportedly said Kirk's palm-muted riffing and rapid-fire solos were just organized confusion, with no melody or beauty. He allegedly told journalists that metal guitarists like Kirk forgot that instruments should create pleasant sounds, not assault listeners. Sources said Willie believed Kirk's success proved young audiences had lost appreciation for genuine artistry. He allegedly told friends that Kirk could play fast, but couldn't play a beautiful ballad that made grandmothers cry at weddings. Industry insiders reported that Willie declined invitations to metal festivals specifically because Kirk and similar players represented everything Willie opposed. The philosophical gap was allegedly too wide to ever bridge between them. 5. Steve Vai. Number 5 is Steve Vai, the technical virtuoso known for complicated compositions. Willie Nelson allegedly viewed Steve as the epitome of overthinking music and destroying its natural, instinctive beauty with mathematical precision. Sources claim Willie called Steve's music robots playing guitars with no human warmth.
I seem to be able to put my feelings down in a song easier than I can talk about it.
He allegedly said Steve's perfect technique and complex time signatures removed the imperfections that made country and blues music emotionally powerful and relatable. Rumor has it that Willie heard Steve's instrumental albums and told his band they represented his worst nightmare. Witnesses claimed Willie said he'd rather quit music entirely than sound like a computer program pretending to have feelings. Willie allegedly believed Steve practiced scales when he should have been living life and gathering real experiences. Sources said Willie told interviewers that you can't teach soul, and all Steve's lessons couldn't buy genuine emotion. Industry insiders reported that Willie refused to appear on guitar magazines featuring Steve Vai cover stories. The rejection was allegedly personal, with Willie's team specifically citing philosophical differences about what guitar playing should accomplish for humanity. 4. Joe Satriani. At number 4, we have Joe Satriani, another instrumental guitar virtuoso. Willie Nelson allegedly couldn't comprehend why anyone would listen to guitar albums without vocals, viewing Joe's entire career as pointless musical masturbation. Sources claim Willie said Joe's instrumental records were music for guitar nerds, not actual people. He allegedly believed removing vocals from music eliminated the human connection that made songs meaningful and worth hearing repeatedly. Rumor has it that Willie was asked to contribute to a tribute album honoring instrumental guitarists. Insiders claimed Willie responded by saying he'd rather honor people who actually communicated messages through their playing instead of just showing off. Willie allegedly told friends that Joe represented everything pretentious about modern guitar culture. Sources said Willie believed Joe's albums were homework assignments disguised as entertainment, forcing listeners to appreciate technique rather than enjoy melodies. 3. Eric Clapton. Number 3 is Eric Clapton, and this might shock people. Willie Nelson allegedly resented Eric's guitar god status and thought his blues credibility was overrated and built on stolen black music without proper acknowledgement. Sources claim Willie said Eric's reputation exceeded his actual contribution to music. He allegedly believed Eric got too much credit for playing blues licks that black musicians invented decades earlier but never received recognition or compensation for. Rumor has it that Willie and Eric were both invited to a Blues Legends concert. Industry insiders claimed Willie declined specifically because Eric was headlining, telling organizers that the real blues legends weren't getting equal billing or respect. Willie allegedly thought Eric's constant guitar tone changes and signature model obsession proved he cared more about gear than soul. Sources said Willie believed you only needed one beat-up guitar if you truly had something to say musically. 2. Ritchie Blackmore. At number 2, we've got Ritchie Blackmore from Deep Purple and Rainbow. Willie Nelson allegedly despised Ritchie's classical music influences and thought combining Bach with rock was pretentious nonsense that served nobody well. Sources claim Willie called Ritchie's neoclassical approach showing off for people who think they're smarter than everyone else. He allegedly said Ritchie's Renaissance fair obsession and medieval costumes made guitar playing look ridiculous and alienated regular working folks. Rumor has it that Willie refused to play a festival in Europe because Ritchie's band was scheduled the same weekend. Witnesses claimed Willie told promoters he wouldn't be on the same continent as guitar players dressed like wizards. Willie allegedly believed Ritchie's arpeggios and classical scales betrayed rock and roll's working-class roots. Sources said Willie thought music should connect with truck drivers and farmers, not impress classical music snobs who looked down on country. Industry insiders reported that Willie particularly hated Ritchie's serious, brooding stage persona. Willie allegedly said guitar should make people smile and dance, not sit contemplating like they're at a boring orchestra concert in uncomfortable chairs. 1. Jimi Hendrix. And finally, number 1, Jimi Hendrix. This might be the most controversial, but sources claim Willie Nelson had serious problems with Jimi's psychedelic experimentation and effects-heavy playing that dominated late 1960s guitar culture. Willie reportedly respected Jimi's raw talent but hated how he influenced guitarists to rely on distortion, wah pedals, and feedback instead of clean, honest playing. He allegedly said Jimi's Woodstock performance was noise pollution that confused destruction with innovation. Rumor has it that Willie and Jimi were both in Nashville during the late 1960s and nearly collaborated. Industry insiders claimed Willie backed out after hearing Jimi's setup, saying he couldn't make real music alongside electric chaos and amplifier torture. Sources said Willie believed Jimi's legacy ruined the guitar by making effects more important than the notes themselves. He allegedly told friends that after Jimi, every guitarist thought they needed a dozen pedals, and Marshall stacks cranked to ear-bleeding volumes. So there's our countdown. Willie Nelson's biggest guitar rivalries that shocked the music world. Which feud blew your mind? Drop your reactions in the comments below. Smash that like button, subscribe for more music controversies, and ring the bell for notifications.